What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ace Metaphor, and this is the Tonight's Conversation podcast, live in Chicago. Make some noise! We got our first question at the mic. What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Raphael, and my question is, why do women expect...
Hey, talking to the mic. Why you being shy?
I gotta get closer, man.
I feel like your question about to be on some Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
My question is, why do women expect perfection out of man, but expect the man to accept their flaws?
Flaws like what type of flaws?
It could be anything. You know, I don't want to be specific because somebody might see this. So, you know.
Now, one more contextual question. Before we go further, do you really think that most women expect perfection from the men that they date? Is that what you really think?
We just heard about the girl that got the and then still wasn't happy. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think that most women be wanting...
Kira, what's up?
We be wanting y'all to accept our flaws as far as our attitudes and mood swings. Y'all be wanting us to accept y'all flaws as far as y'all cheating and that.
Nah, it don't...
Cheating is not a flaw. Like, you know, I'm just working through some things. So what you mean by flaws specifically? Before you get to talking about why you can't just accept me as I am.
These are good points. What do you mean?
It could be like, it is like flaws like attitudes or temperament about certain things. Like you shouldn't get so upset about something that's so small or something that we could fix or talk it out. You should just have a conversation instead of going off the deep end type of.
But what's your flaws though?
We feel like we didn't get an answer to what the fuck the flaws are.
Hey, Ace, Row 72, Section 22B say help him. So we gonna help you.
I
think the thing about it is, we're speaking on flaws, and you just didn't name a single flaw. You named character. You named what a woman is.
I did that on purpose.
Okay. So correct me, please.
So a flaw like
Say it with your chest.
He be cheating. He be cheating.
I don't be cheating. I'm a good guy.
All right, we got you.
Okay, a flaw, I would say, it's more, like I said, like temperaments. Like, always just mad at everything, acting like we can't...
What is your flaw?
My flaw?
What is your flaw?
I would say my flaw is I'm probably not a highly emotional person. So I deal with things very direct. I don't talk around things. I'm going to talk to you very...
All right, can I say this? Can I say this for you? And I'm going to be real with you. I know we just had the type girl. We're not talking about this. That's not a name we should throw around lightly.
She's still in here.
Oh, she's still in here. Okay, anyway, back to the point. So, I feel differently, and I know the men in here about to call me a panderer, but I'm gonna just say it. I feel like most women ain't expecting enough. I feel like most women become a man's apologist, enabler. Most women vet on potential. I do not believe that it is a situation where men are expected to be perfect. I believe we have been conditioned by society to expect a man to have to grow into the relationship. I feel like a lot of women are dating incomplete men. So when you say this, I don't believe that to be true. Now, y'all gonna argue with me.
I definitely gotta argue with you, gang. I can't let you get that one off. I honestly feel like most men are taught how to treat a woman. I feel like most women are taught what to expect from a man, right? So what I mean by that is that when you get the perfect man, a lot of women don't necessarily know how to show up for him because they had never been taught, hey, when you finally meet the great, yeah, I know you used to dealing with a lot of bullshit that cheat on you and that don't communicate well and that neglect your and that treat you like an option and all of these things. But when you finally meet the man that actually you've been waiting on, a lot of women don't know how to show up for him. And it's not their fault. They hadn't necessarily been taught how to show up for a man. So I think what he's...
Bro, everything that you're saying is super valid for a different situation. This is one of them, brother, I love you, but this is one of them, why you arguing from outside the club, you can't get in. Like, Ace said, we see women know how to show up for their man. They show up in the courtroom. They show up at the bail bondsman. They show up at the funeral crying, jumping in the casket. They show up, but it's who they want to show up for. Now, granted, you seem to have some wits about you. Probably a little bit better than public school education. Maybe you read some books, summer camp, shit like that, Bible study.
A little bit.
This Chicago, bro, they not on that. Do you hookah?
For sure.
Do you reposado?
I got a bottle of reposado.
Do you got the lemon drop kit at the crib?
No lemon drop.
No, lemon drops is crazy. Strike one. All right, we gonna strike this nigga quick. Do you eat the yams? Are you a yam eater? 0 for 2. Get him out of here. I told you. I don't even know. I can find the third one.
Thank you for your questions. We appreciate your question. Anybody else got anything to add here?
I think
right vibe, wrong.
I'm not mad at that.
Hey, you know,
Amen.
it actually goes back to a conversation we was having not too long ago. And Trill actually pointed it out to me. You know, he has a way of saying things that just resonate so well. He says there's different standards for different men. Depending on how much you actually like that man, changes how much you allow from said man. Hold on now. The answer might be they really just might not like you like that, bro. It's not that they expect perfection. It's certain things you will accept from a man who provides other things. You get what I'm saying? Like if you have an emotionally intelligent man, you might let him get away with not cleaning up after himself. But if you ain't finna accept a nigga clean up after himself or brush his teeth, you get what I'm saying? You just ain't gonna take both. You feel what I'm saying? So different strokes for different folks.
Kitty, what's up?
Jesus have mercy. That was fun. God.
You're welcome.
No, actually, me and Dimitri had this conversation. We talked about this yesterday. It is true that a lot of women do expect perfection out of men. I was one of those women. I was like that early on in my marriage. But it's because we're not everybody, not all women. A lot of women are conditioned and trained and programmed to believe that men have to be perfect. We done seen all of these Disney movies and stuff like that, Prince Charming and stuff like that. He was perfect. That's the way they portrayed him to be. And then also your aunties and the women in your life and stuff and all that, even the men would tell you that you need this kind of man, and they don't talk about the flaws that a man will actually have. I can speak to that point because I pedestalized my husband, and he's the one that had to tell me I had to stop doing that. I used to call my husband my gold man because he was perfect in everything. He did everything perfectly. And the moment that he did something that offended me and hurt me, it seemed like my whole world just crumbled. And he told me, he said, baby, take me off that pedestal. He like, I'm a human. I'm going to make mistakes. So we do that. A lot of times as women, we live in fantasy worlds. And a lot of times it's just a way that we protect ourselves. If we can live in a fantasy world and tell ourselves that this man has to be perfect in this type of thing, then it prevents us from feeling and acknowledging the rest of his flaws and stuff like that. So it is some truth to that. Oh, okay. So there is some truth to that, but I mean, honestly, it's just a lot of that is just reprogramming. That's something that honestly I had to do as well. Well, we ain't. Let me just go ahead and say this too. We ain't always saying that y'all have to accept every single one of our flaws. We ain't always trying to say that, and we not always trying to paint ourselves to be perfect. Some women do, but some women don't. Some women, we want you to see us as humans, and we want to see you as human as well. So it's not that we always want to see you as perfect.
Kira, did you have something? Oh, okay. I agree.
Man, go.
I'm going to let it go. Okay, I'm going to go. No. I've seen women pour so much into men, and they only be asking for the bare minimum in return. And so that's why I'm so angry. Give you children. I stayed by your side. I believed in your vision. When you needed something, I provided not just sweat equity, I gave you money. I defended you to my family. You can't come home at night? You can't send a text? And that's where the anger come from. It'd be like, hold on, I overstand. I overgive, I overpour, And here's the thing. Instead of finding a man that does all those things back to you, you would accept a man if he just did the bare minimum. And so I seen from my eyes, and again, maybe it's an experience shapes. When you see healthy relationships, I get that. When we talking about a lot of women that come to this mic, it is a lack of expectation that is a problem. When you keep giving people that don't deserve a chance, that's why we go to what you said. You are just not for her, bro. This is not you. Because oftentimes I feel like women settle. Now, again, I understand where you're coming from. I do understand that, but I don't know.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
So what you got to say about this question? Why do women expect perfection out the man, but they want the man to accept their flaws?
Ooh-wee. Probably because they not looking in the mirror at themselves, at their own selves, but they, looking at other people.
I feel it.
And trying to get the pointing at the log in their eye, and they ain't looking at theirs.
It's true.
Ooh-wee.
It's true.
It just be so interesting too when I see like women when they say what type of man they want, and it's usually this model looking guy. Oh, he gotta have a 6-pack, and he gotta be strong, and he gotta be 6 feet, and he gotta have this sort of money, and he gotta have this sort of career. Just like all this extravagant stuff. And then when you look at them, they don't even look like that. They ain't got no 6-pack. They not even fit. Like, come on. They not living this extravagant, affluent lifestyle that they want this man to make, and have. It just be interesting. I think people, they look to see what they want, but then they don't look in the mirror at themselves and see like, hey, I'm not even those things. But hey, what you got to say?
True. I read a book before I had got married. That was one of the books I read about, and the whole question behind the book was kind of just that. It's like, if you are wanting a specific thing from a spouse or a specific person, then you got to be able to exemplify those same types of situations. If you can't say that you can, then maybe you got some work that you needed to be doing at the end of the day. So I agree completely. At the end of the day, people be having expectations and don't be looking at themselves and what they got going on. So men ain't perfect, women ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? So we got to just be willing to be accepting of one another. And that just is what it is at the end of the day.
I totally feel it. I feel it, Meet each other in the middle, Give each other grace, Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It be tough in these streets. But make sure you seek the Lord and help him to lead you to the right people. Because some of these people in 2026 now, we all see them online. You know what I'm saying? We all see them. So you don't want them type of people. You want the type of people who going to be able to understand, who sees their own flaws and is willing to work alongside you. Like Kitty was saying, when you get into marriage, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be able to see each other for what you are, understanding that this or that person ain't perfect. Everybody going to make mistakes, but it don't mean I'm going to love you less at the end of the day. So just make sure you find somebody who you can work with, collaborate with, grow with, and just be accepting of one another and what you bring to the table and what you're not bringing to the table.
I totally feel it. I feel it. But well, God bless that young man. I hope that he finds who he's looking for. I thought it was kind of funny how the one guy wrote on the whiteboard, she just don't like you, bro. And it might be true. I hope that he find, somebody who really want to rock with him and not nitpicking him out and, really treating him right. Because he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, I feel it. You got to just find the right person. It ain't no shame. If they ain't feeling you, they ain't feeling you. There's plenty of other people to go and talk to. So it ain't that deep. Just keep it moving.
I feel it. Well, that's the video, y'all. Check out stamps-tv.com. We got so much stuff on there. Full episodes of reality TV and all that. Go check it out right now.
Yep, and while you're on there, go ahead, visit that Shop Stamps Apparel tab. We got great t-shirts, hoodies, jogger sets, all different types of stuff on there. So go ahead and get you a little something.
And go check out Stamps Essentials on the website. Click that tab on the website. We got so much to offer. Shampoos, deep conditioners, protein treatments, leave-in conditioners, hair growth oils, hair grease, whipped shea butter for the skin, lip liners, and of course our signature product, Stay Moist Coil's hair system. It's a 3-part hair system, and you use it for wash and goes, but you can also use it for your single twist, your single braids, and your perm rod sets. And I got it in my hair right now, okay? This is a little curly afro I got going on. And I just put on the system just on the outside of my hair, the shaft of my hair. I don't put it on my roots so I can get this afro shape that I got going on. But I use the Stay Moist Coils to get this hairstyle. This is 100% my hair. Ain't no weave, no wig, no nothing. This is 100% my hair, and you can grow your hair too. So click that link in the tab.
Yep.
We out.
See y'all.